In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the kettlebell one-arm swing safely, effectively in my ultimate guide series. All right, so this is how we do it. The one-arm swing, similar to the two-arm swing, and the difference is, well, you have one arm. All right, you're using one arm. Well, yeah, more than one arm. You have one arm that you're swinging the bell with. So the difference is you're going to have an offset weight. You're going to have a bell that's pulling you forward. So you're anti-rotation. So you're trying to pack that shoulder. Okay. So that's the difference between a two-arm swing. You have two arms holding that bell, so you don't have to worry about that anti-rotation. With the one-arm swing, you do. All right. So in my three-step system, we're going to set that up. So what I do here is, how do you set it up properly? All right. So step one, setup is going to be similar to the two-arm swing. The difference is going to be where the bell is positioned. All right, so the kettlebell, generally in a one-arm swing, it's straight ahead. It's right in the center of you, all right? Because you have two arms, you're grabbing that bell here. The difference with the one-arm swing is the bell is going to be, like I said, on one side. So what I want you to do with your setup is set up just like you would a two-arm swing. Bell right in front of you, same distance behind, about a footstep away back. And then I want you to shift your body weight slightly to the side or the opposite side away from where the bell is. So for example, I'm going to shift to my left side or this side because I'm going to be swinging with this arm, my right arm. Or for you, it's the opposite. All right, so again, set up, shift. All right, bell's right here. So that when I hinge down, I'm able to grab that bell on that side that I'm swinging the bell with. All right, if the bell's in the center still, I have to cross over here. And then I can't swing it on the cross because you can see my shoulders are rotated this way. So you want to keep those shoulders packed, lined up. That's the next step, is to line up with your shoulders. In order to do that, you have to have the bell lined up with the arm that you're going to swing with. So in this case, it's going to be this arm here, hinge down, bell's right here, all right? So what do you do with this arm? So there's a couple of things you can do. So you could either swing it back, shoot it back as you come down. The problem I found with that is it's easy to rotate your shoulders this way towards that side. What that does is that twists your spine. You want to keep the spine nice and straight. You don't want any rotation. So what I like to do, my key tip is locking that arm into that rack position, getting it out of the way. So, for example, what I'm doing, so I'll show you. You set up, this is my setup. This is my key tip, my setup tip for the one-arm swing. So I'm by the two-arm swing, set up, put space from that bell, all right? I'm shifting my weight to the side, opposite of the bell I'm swinging with. So I'm going to this side, bell is on this side, all right? So, and then what I do here is I still hinge down, lift this up, I would do a two-arm swing, hinge it down, reach, but then this is the difference. Instead of reaching for the bell with both hands, I take my arm that's not swinging the bell, I bring it to the rack position. All right, so hinge, abs engaged. Here, lock it in. That elbow will tap your thigh. That'll give you the feedback that you're nice and lined up. And here's another key tip. As you're swinging that bell, that top of that elbow onto your thigh will continue to give you constant feedback that you're lined up. That's one of the reasons I like this setup, because it gives you that constant feedback. I'm lined up. I'm lined up. Whereas if I have my arm out here, I have no feedback. I have no elbow. My elbow's out here. So if I'm rotating, I don't really know it unless I record the video when I see myself. You want to notice that feedback constantly right away so you can correct it while you're doing it. So that's the best way I found. That's how I set up my two-arm swings. Okay, so here, rack that elbow right by that thigh. All right, it's right here. It's on my thigh. All right, feedback, perfect. I'm here, I'm set. I lock it in, it's out of the way. This hand, my kettlebell hand, I reach for the bell, I tilt it back, I pack my shoulder here, this shoulder with that's swinging the bell, I pack it by shrugging, pulling that bell towards me, using my lat, and I'm ready to go here, all right? And what I do here is I hike it back and I shoot it up, all right? Here's the next key tip that I really want you to focus on is, remember that anti-rotation I talked about earlier? So that's going to come into play when you swing that bell. So once you come out of that hike back and swing, bell's going to want to pull you that way, pull you forward. All right? That's where you need to have that shoulder pack. That's why we pack the shoulder right away. Okay? And as you hike it back, your shoulder's already packed. you explode it up, it's less likely for the shoulder to come out of the socket for you and rotate you this way. All right, that's one of the main problems I see with the one arm swing is you swing it and you're this way. As you can see, I'm rotated. My spine's turning. The weight's pulling me that way. My shoulder's not secure, it's out of the socket. What I want is packed, secure in the socket. And that's how you do that, all right? That's how you set it up. So, once you get to that position, locked, bells here, all right? And then same thing applies with the breath and the hike back and the one arm, the two arm swing, which I'll link in the description as well. And I'll have that video here, you can check that after. But once you hike that bell back, know that the bell's gonna wanna pull you forward. You wanna keep that shoulder packed, explode it up. And the main thing here is, it's really gonna force you to really engage your core more because you're trying to brace, and you're trying to resist that rotation. That's why it's an anti-rotation exercise. All right, the one arm swing is excellent for strengthening that core, and it's anti-rotational, so you're gonna develop a strong rotational core, and also you're gonna develop strong shoulder by packing that in, and your lat. You're gonna engage all that lower back. And most people don't talk about with the one arm swing. You're gauging that trap back, so you can keep that shoulder packed, and that's gonna strengthen that as well because you're resisting that pull of the bell. All right. So before I go off on a tangent there with that, let's get back to the swing. All right. So once you have that set up, so you set up correctly. All right. And then the step I told you, you're going to pack that elbow. This is all part of the setup, all right? And then once you get the setup, then you're going into the swing, all right? And there's a number of things that you need to focus on here. So with the swing, when you're doing the setup, remember that the one arm swing is going to be different than the two arm swing when you're swinging the bell. Obviously, you have one arm instead of two arm. But the main thing here is going to be what the bell is going to do on the way up, which I said it's going to pull you forward. You need to pack that shoulder. But on the way down is really where it's going to, that's going to allow you to strengthen that core. But it's also going to, if you do it correctly, it's going to protect that lower back. Because remember I was telling you about the rotation? You don't want that rotation. That's the reason we pack this elbow. So as the bell comes down, I come down. If you pack your elbow right, elbow's getting that feedback on your thigh, your arm, your shoulders are gonna be nice and lined up every single time. Bell comes up, bell comes down. You don't have to worry about rotating, or am I rotating, or trying to prevent that. If you pack that elbow, it's right locked into that the rack position, the elbow is going to give you that feedback, so then you know you're lined up properly. You know you don't have to worry about that rotational part. Then you can focus more on what the swing arm's doing, all right? The swinging arm. So, as you hike that bell back, let's put it all together now. Once I get into that swing position, hike that bell back, explode that bell up. Like I said, bell's gonna want to pull you forward. You packed it in the shoulder, you prevented that before, so you're gonna resist that rotation, and you power breathe it up. What do you do at the top of the swing? That's where the same thing comes in with the two arm swing. You enjoy the float, all right? You enjoy the float, let it come up, let it come down. And this is where the two arm swing and the one arm swing are similar. A lot of people I see, they're trying to, clients, I've seen people at the gym, I just want to get in there and help them so they don't hurt themselves, is they're hinging too soon. All right, if you hinge too soon, bell's going to come below this imaginary triangle, below the knees, your lower back takes the load. The same thing applies with the two arm swing. The same thing applies with the one arm swing. Only you have to also resist the rotation, and also time it just like you would the two arm swing. Wait, enjoy that float. Wait till that forearm is right by your side, all right? So it's like your elbow starts to touch your forearms right here, and then you hinge back down, and then you power it up, all right? So remember that as you're doing the swing, if you set up correctly, that's why I took so much time on the setup. If you set up the one-arm kettlebell swing the right way, just like I showed you, you don't have to, it'll take a lot of the errors away from the swing, or a lot of the things that you're trying to prevent, you'll take care of them in the beginning, because you're packing that shoulder, you're resisting the anti-rotate, you're resisting the rotation because you locked it in, you have that feedback from the elbow. And as you swing that bell up, as that bell comes down, all right? Or as you shoot the bell up, again, you're packing that shoulder so you prevent that rotation, right? So you're preventing those two things, those two major things right away, and all you have to think about is exploding that bell up, and then letting it float, and then letting it come back down, forearms by your side, and then you swing it back, and explode it back up, all right? So this is another key point is the breathing. Once you do those things, you set up properly, you got your timing down, and you gotta focus on your breathing, all right? The breathing, same as a two-arm swing, that's the good thing. You're going to power from here, power beats, hiss motion because you want abs engaged, explode it up. Bell's coming up, enjoy the float. As the bell comes down, about halfway down, somewhere in there, you're gonna breathe in through the nose, a little bit of air, not a big gulp of air because you relax your core. You want your core and abs braced. So you're breathing through the nose, all the way down. Abs are still tight, ready for that back swing. Bell comes back. Your air's already in. All you have to do now is power breathe it back up, let it float, come down, down, back, and you just continue that rhythm for as many reps as you're gonna do, all right? So, I'll show you how that looks, how it should look as you put it all together. All right, so step one, setting it up. Again, set up just like you would a two-arm swing, foot space away from that bell, all right? Slightly shift your weight to the opposite side, all right? Toes are slightly pointed out, hinge down, engage your core, small crunch, hinge down, all right? Find that, do I have enough space? Yes. Take the opposite arm and put it into that rack position right here. Lock it down. Elbow should be on that thigh. All right, I'm done. This part's secure. I'm not going to over rotate. All right. I reach forward. I grab that bell, tilt it back to pack my swingy bell shoulder. I'm sliding it down towards me, and then as I breathe in, hike it back and explode it up. I'll do 3 reps for you to show what that looks like. So. And I set it down, okay? It happened a lot, it happened quick, all right? So as you can see, I exploded that ball up, brought it down, waited, air in, and then I did it again. All right, so remember, you practice this. Don't do more than 3 to 5 because you're just learning the one-arm swing. And if you want help on this, please let me help you, let me coach you, let me guide you through this. Send me a message, comments, put KB Coaching if you need some help on this in the comments below. Or just practice this on your own and ask me any questions. I want you to learn this exercise and excellent exercise too. Again, strong core, burn calories. It's just like a swing, but it takes more. It takes more focus, it takes more ab engagement, core engagement. You want to learn it right. So I want to help you do that. So if you want that, some coaching, more feedback, KB Coaching in the comments, and I'll shoot you a private message and we'll talk, see where you're at. So remember, the swing itself is going to be something you focus on doing, the one-arm swing, practice consistently, no more than 3 to 5 reps. One thing that I would like you to do, if you're just starting out, if you're new to the one-arm swing, if you have the two-arm swing down, perfect, you have a building block, you have a bridge to build on, all right? If you don't have the two-arm swing down, you have to get the two-arm swing down first. I'll have that in the video here, two-arm swing, the next video here. Otherwise, it'll be in the description, how to do the kettlebell two-arm swing, my ultimate guide on that. Check that out, get that down first. Then you go to the one-arm swing. Okay, if you have the two-arm swing down, you want to get this one-arm swing down, focus on 3 to 5 reps. Here's your assignment here. Your focus, your training, your practice. 3 to 5 reps of doing the swing. But I want you to first start out, again, set up, coming down, pack, here we go. But instead of doing consistent swings, I want you to set that bell back. Then I want you to repeat 3 to 5 individual reps, just like you would do dead stop swing. This is a one-arm dead stop swing. So this is how it looks. I sit up. You're gonna sit up, pack that shoulder. All right, hike it back. Reset that shoulder. Reset my positioning again. Down. So you get that timing down, you get the setup, all right? 3 to 5 reps, no more than that. Practice that, then you can build on 2 reps at a time, 3 reps at a time, to 5, Don't go to 10 right away. We're not jumping there. You want to get this foundation first. Again, if you need coaching on, you want coaching on this, KB coaching in the comments. I'll help you start out where you are. We'll talk and see where you're at, right? Slow progression, consistency, that's what you want. So, this is my one-arm swing ultimate guide. Practice this. Remember my 3 steps are the setup, the execution, so you're exploding that bell up, and then reassessing where you are. Again, that's why I'm going to have you doing that last part, setting the bell down, hiking back up, swing, reset, swing, reset. So I'm reassessing. Do I need to adjust my positioning? Swing, reset, swing. And that's the last part, assessing. What do I need to change? What do I need to improve? Do I need to drop my reps? Do I need to rest a little bit longer? Focus on all those things. My 3 steps: setup, execution, assessment. All right, rewatch this video. Play it. Rewind it. When we rewind it, watch it, follow the instruction, comments. Let me know if you have any questions below in the comments. If you want some coaching on this, keep coaching in the comments. And if you want my 5 to 10 minute full body kettlebell workout, side note here that you can do in 5 to 10 minutes, that you can do along with this, the swings. And when you're limited on time, shoot me KB5 in the comments or pick it up in the description there, right? Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching my one-arm kettlebell swing ultimate guide video. With this video, I hope it helps you too. If you apply this, I know it's going to help you. If you apply these principles and these simple 3 steps, I know it's going to help you get your one-arm swing down, do it safely, do it injury-free, so you can drop a stronger core, fitter body, stronger body, and do it safely. That's the whole point of my video: safe, consistent, enjoyable kettlebell training. All right. And again, if you haven't done the 2-arm swing, if you don't have that down yet, that'll be in the comments or the description. Sorry, the description, my 2-arm swing ultimate guide video, and also be in the link here. Check that out, practice that, get that down first, then we can go to the 1-arm swing. All right. So in other words, otherwise, have an awesome day. Train strong, get after it. Thanks for showing up for yourself today. You did it. You got here. You learned how to do this 1-arm swing. If you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments. Train strong, practice this. You're going to get there one day at a time. Stay consistent with it. And the great thing about the kettlebell is while you're practicing, while you're learning, you're also getting a great workout in. So do this, get it in, get it done, make progress one day at a time. You're going to get there. All right, stay the process, stay the path, never get up, never give up. You got this. If you want coaching from me, I'm here to help you and guide you along the way. And so let's do this together. Train strong, get after it, enjoy the day. I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome one. Train strong.